Hey Renee, I'm back. And yeah, so today, when you see this anyway, I'm filming it before, you might have guessed. But yeah, today when you see it, it's Monday, Thursday, which is the day that Jesus had his last meal. And yeah, I suppose you might think, oh, are you going to do a YouTube video? No, I'm not going to do that. No. I'm going to do a video about the kind of age-old question, which you might get lots of places in, like, I suppose it kind of feels like a dinner party question. Not that I've been to that many dinner parties, but anyway, the question of if you could meet 5 people, or like have 5 people for dinner. So I suppose you yourself, including 5 people, dead or alive, who would it be? And then sometimes people ask, like, if you could have 5 fictional characters, who would it be? I decided to mix this together and kind of talk about how it would be. And like, yeah, so I have 5 offers. Of course, I suppose I could have done like 5 different people, but yeah, these all people are all offers, and then 5 characters, all from books as well. I suppose I could done TV cards and stuff. I suppose I couldn't do. I suppose I could easily do this again because there's so many people I want to meet and stuff. But yeah, I decided to go with these people right now. So first, I'm just going to talk about who they are, and then yeah, talk about the food, uh, the food and how I think it would go, and yeah. And if, as always, if you have thoughts, comments, whatever, talk to me in the comments. I suppose if not, you can always leave a food emoji, and yeah. So the authors I have: Gail Carriger of steampunk fame. I suppose you know what. If you haven't, if you have been on this channel a few seconds, you know I love Gail Carriger. If not, I love her. I can kind of show you. I kind of have more or less a whole shelf with just Gail Carriger. This shelf here is more or less just Gail Carriger. I mean, Gail, Gail, not Gail, Gail, and then Gail, Gail, and then Gail. So like half of the shelf is Gail Carriger, and then you like, I suppose you have some things that are steampunk, but they're like, I suppose it started as a Gail Carriger shelf and then kind of evolved into a steampunk shelf. So yeah, you know I love Gail Carriger. I've read, I was about to say I've read all her books. I haven't read all her books, but like she just lives now and then on Facebook. Well, I also put on YouTube, and she just seems like a lovely person. Lovely person, yeah, lovely person. I kind of think would be a great person to have like at a meal or just kind of meet in general. I suppose I could like have done like a question of like who do people, people do you want to meet? I'm doing like have a meal with, because okay, so I feel like Gail, she has like so many thoughts on like the world, and she knows a lot of stuff. She knows fun facts and whatnot. She has had like a 10-year now career in writing books, but she before that she was a archaeologist, and she knows a lot about history. I mean, yeah, she just knows a lot of stuff, and I feel like she would just be very fun to have at a dinner. I feel like she could have good stories to tell. I feel like she could. I know she could because she has already shared some stories on their lives and stuff. So yeah, Gail Carriger. Uh, and then we also have Alyssa Cole, the author behind. She writes both historical but also current, also contemporary romance. All her books are romance, and then she has some thrillers. Well, one thriller and then another one's coming out. Haven't read that one because I'm not into thrillers really. So yeah, but yeah, I just feel like also she would be like a great person to meet. I think that she has a lot of things to say, a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to, yeah. I think that she would be cool to meet and have a dinner. And then we have Holly Smale, the first British person of these people. So yeah, this group has, well, the authors have 2 British people. I think for about having more, but doing 2. Yeah, Holly Smale, the author behind Geek Girl. She used to be a model, so she probably has some for anecdotes from that time. I mean, she bases Geek Girl of herself, so and Geek Girl is a series for main character is model. She has other books. She has, yeah, I feel like she and she's probably like met different authors in the UK and stuff. And yeah, I feel like she just kind of, she seems like a lovely person, and I very much want to meet her. But also feel like having her, like talking to her over dinner would be quite fun. And like yeah, I think like this mix of characters of people, I also think is a good mix. Yeah, I kind of feel like it's a good mix. So yeah, and then we have Rick Riordan. I kind of, yeah, I suppose like when you're choosing, I suppose I could rename this really offer someone to meet. Well, I suppose I probably should name this offer someone to have meal with. But yeah, I mean the general question is like people we want to meet. But yeah, Rick Riordan. He writes Percy Jackson, one of my all-time favorite series. And he also wrote the Ken Chronicles trilogy, which I also love so much. And I feel like he just has like so much to say and stuff. I feel like maybe I would be like give him a bit of a hard time because he did like a blog post 2 or 3 years, well, maybe 5 years ago, some years ago, while I was doing like he was doing some research for the Magnus Chase series, and then he did a blog post where he said like, I went to Lofoten to Norway this summer a few weeks ago because I had to do some research, and these beautiful pictures. It was a beautiful time, beautiful place, and I was just like, why did you not reach out and do like uh, do like do a signing or anything? Like, could you not have done that? I'm pretty sure he didn't like at all. I suppose yeah, I mean, I do know he was there to do a research. He was there to kind of, I suppose, research slash just relax. Like Rick Riordan never comes to Europe. I suppose probably has come to Europe sometimes, but I feel like a lot of American authors rarely, if anything, comes to Europe. And if they come to Europe, they never come to Norway. Like I suppose yeah, there are some authors do that, but like none of the authors I love. I mean, Rick Riordan, he has. I mean, it's not like he has books published in Norwegian. Still were ignored. I suppose you might think like, well, if you want to see him, you can go to US. That's expensive. I suppose it's expensive for him to travel here. Still, I mean, he's a big time over. Can he afford it? I don't know. I don't know. This is just in me a bit shady about not having met Rick Riordan. Yeah. Um, And then last of the the real life persons offers I want to have at this meal, David Mitchell. So he's a comedian, but he's also an author. You might think, author? Is he author? Yes. He has written at least one book. David Mitchell, Thinking About It All Makes It Works and Other Lessons from Modern Life. I think, okay, I think actually this was actually in the wrong pile because this was in my red shelf, and that's my TBR shelf. And this book by him I have not read, but I have read other books by him. And also like I love him in Wilty. He used to be part of the Mitchell and Webb show. Where, like it was him and Robert Webb who did like sketches together. It was very good sketches. He used to be part of a quote um, TV series based like that. Richard Ayoade hosted. He's kind of all over the British comedy scene. All over, yeah, he's kind of all over there. And he has just a lot of good thoughts, and I like him as a person. That yes, I very much want to meet him. I suppose in a way he's kind of he's one of those people that I have a daydream about marrying. Like if I'm gonna marry someone, it would be him. Of course, he's already married, so are most people, not all people, but like yeah. And also he's like ancient. He's not ancient, but he's older than me. But like people people who are older than yeah. Anyway, I think you would have lots of things to say and talk about, and yeah, I think him at the party would be yeah, it would be a nice place to have him. Nice place to have him. Yeah. And then the 5 characters. I said to go with. I went with one character that is from one of these books. No, sorry, actually 2 characters. But the other ones are not. They're from other books. And yeah, you know what? Give me a moment. I'm gonna do something. I found the books they're from. But yeah, so first we have Harriet Manners from Geek Girl. So Harriet Manners is the main character in Geek Girl. she's a model, even though she's not really into modeling and fashion. She's very much a geek. She loves knowledge and learning stuff. I suppose she's kind of similar to Rory Gilmore in that way. I suppose she's kind of, yeah, she's nerdier really. She like knows a lot and lots of stuff. She's very smart. But she's like, she knows stuff, but she doesn't really know social norms and stuff. So she often gets into shenanigans because of misunderstandings and stuff. And she also has autism. It's not on paper in the books, but like the author recently found out she has autism, and she kind of also has said that Harriet Manners also has autism. She just didn't really, yeah, didn't put it into words when she wrote it, but yeah, she has. Also, this book came out 10 years ago this year, so it's coming out with a anniversary edition in the fall. Like, yeah, and also Netflix TV series in the fall. So yes, great year for Harriet. But yeah, Harriet, I think having her at this party, she knows a lot of stuff. Yes, she's socially awkward, but she likes to meet people now and then. She knows a lot of stuff. She can have a lot of fun facts to talk about. She has done things because she's a model, so she's done some stuff herself. She might want to talk about, and yeah, having her here would just be cool. Yeah. And then we have Irene Adler from the Invisible Library series. You know what? Give me a moment. I kind of feel like, is it Irene Adler or something else? I just want to check if it's called Adler. Is it something else? Irene. I know, I'm checking out while you're watching me. I know. Stupid. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Blah. Do. Yep, yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, Irene Adler. Pretty sure it is. I'm gonna double check it. But yeah, she's a librarian, but she's a magical librarian. She has had lots of adventures, even before like the series started. And yeah, she has lots of things to say. And yeah, I think she would be quite fun having this get together really. And then we have Percy, which yeah, I had to include him, but yeah, I can't stand to include him from Percy Jackson fame. And yeah, he's experienced a lot of stuff. He knows, yeah, he knows quite a lot of stuff. He has experience and stuff, and I feel like he could talk to people about, yeah, like he can engage in the conversations, and I suppose he would just kind of be happy to just sit down and eat instead of like having to be afraid of someone murdering him, because a lot of times he's been in kind of peril, in serious peril, having a dinner. It's not gonna be dangerous or scary. It's just gonna be conversations with people. So yeah. And then we have someone I haven't talked about in a little while. Well, I've talked about this series. I haven't really talked about this character. They haven't at all. Anyway, it is Isabel from the Guardians of the Galaxy series. Galaxy, sorry. I've filmed a lot today. The Guardians of Time trilogy. Well, trilogy. It was a trilogy. Now it's a quartet. Might be a quintet. We don't know. But yeah, so it was Guardians of Time series. So this my all-time favorite series. A lot of like some people go time travel to like save the world. Some people go time travel to like destroy the world. They kind of, yeah, the good guys, the bad guys. One of them is Isabel. We meet her for the first time. Well, we meet them all for the first time here. But yeah, she's kind of new to this whole world in the first book here. But she's quite capable. She gets kind of ignored by her brother, and her father is kind of not really present. But she has knowledge, and she has resources, and she has lots of spunk and stuff. And yeah, I think having her like I suppose with all the characters, I'm kind of talking about them like how they are after the whole series is finished. So yeah, having Isabel when the whole series is finished, she has some things that happens to her at the last book that is well the third book, sorry, that is quite interesting. So kind of make her like interesting person doctor. Well, she's in the role, and yeah, and also just meeting her, of course, all the people I really want to meet. So yeah, just be a great get together. Then we have, last but not least, Evie Stocker from the Stoker and Holmes series. So Evie Stocker, she's the nephew. Yeah, sorry, nephew. Nep- niece. Niece. She's a niece of Bram Stoker. She's also a vampire hunter. I suppose kind of like Buffy, but just kind of in the 1800s. She's quite. She acts before she thinks, but she's also, yeah, she's loyal. She's a great person, and I suppose they're all great persons. But yeah, I think she also would just kind of like person would just kind of enjoy just sitting down to eat without having to think like, is there any danger around? She can just like enjoy being at the party and just not having to worry really. And yeah, having to meet her I think would be quite fun. And yeah, I think it's a kind of interesting, good mix of people really. And you might ask yourself, well, what are you gonna eat with these people? Because I mean, that's also gonna talk like, what would you eat if you like had like a dinner party? What would you eat and what would you do and what not? What were you saying? And yeah, I've already talked a bit about the conversation because I'm pretty sure it's gonna flow pretty easily because there's a lot of things to talk about from all of us. And I suppose you might be thinking, well, what are you gonna do with all this? Um, if in case you don't know, I've lived in Chile, Latin America. I lived in Australia. I've been to a lot of places in the world. I've lived different places in Norway. I have stories as well. And also I have thoughts and comments on the world. I suppose maybe not all the time the best comments in the world, but I have thoughts and I'm a curious person. So yeah, I have things to think also and say. So yeah, I can easily talk about stuff with these people. Also, I was kind of like, I suppose in a way, like when I think about authors, like real people to meet, I thought like maybe I should include this person, but I thought, yeah, but if that person came, would you be able to talk, or would you just be very starstruck? I suppose like would we be all these people as well? But I feel like these people maybe a bit more approachable because authors often are. Uh, I just kind of think, yeah. Anyway, the food would be Indian buffet. An Indian buffet because I mean some of these people are not gonna like some people have allergies and stuff. No, I'm not quite sure if these people have lots of allergies, but I feel like some of these have some allergies. Might be wrong. And I feel like if you have a buffet, then you have like people can choose the things that they want. Really, you don't really have to be a place and like, oh, really good food, and then you're just thinking, wasn't that good? You don't really have to be polite because you've chosen the food yourself. So yeah, Indian buffet for dinner, and then dessert. I'm gonna go classic, so just say a brownie and ice cream. It's a just great dessert. I like food, I suppose, because I'm not really a big foodie, but I really like brownie and ice cream. I think that's good. And I think at the end we could maybe just have uh some some peppermint tea to just kind of relax our stomachs after the big meal. And yeah, I suppose we can just talk and talk and talk. If I suppose I don't really think people ever like ask like I think it's most people who do you want to have there and what you're gonna eat. But I suppose if you want to like add in the bonus question, what do you want to do? Like what happens if the conversation stops? Well, there's fun games we can have. We can have like parlor games of like we can I can bring up the quiz book. We could do charades. That's always gonna be fun. Yeah, I think charades and quizzes. I think that's an easy way to like solve like if we don't really know what to do. And yeah, I think I think it will be quite a fun gathering really. And now I'm quite sad. this won't happen. Well, I suppose maybe in a million years I could meet people. They're like the authors, but the main characters never. Well, main characters. These characters not all. Well, yeah, Isabel slightly main. Though I suppose it's kind of interesting question because you have a lot of things nowadays. Do you think like any actors are kind of like? Do you think there's like actors who are kind of paid to like pretend to be one person for a weekend? Like, I mean, you have murder mystery dinners, and like during murder mystery dinners, do like any actors pretend to be Sherlock Holmes, or just kind of a general like actor? Just it's not like as character, because it would be kind of be fun to like be someplace and some people have like been like there's actors who's supposed to like play these characters because I suppose yeah, lots of books and stuff are made into movies and stuff, but then you just have just have the stories. But yeah, you would have the stories from books. I think it's kind of fun to like go outside of that. So I suppose that's kind of what the red nose day thing is. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So that's kind of my dinner party, hypothetical conversation, dinner party get together talk, video scenario. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It got a bit long than I kind of thought. I suppose half an hour, it's not long, but yeah. I hope you're having a nice day and have eating good food and meeting nice people because that's kind of part of this video. And yeah, if you want to mention some people you want to have at your fantasy dinner party, you can do that. And yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.